He allegedly grew violent after not letting her leave. The complaint says he repeatedly punched her in her arms, stomach, and head multiple times. He also allegedly chased her with scissors.
Definitely not acceptable and should definitely be some serious discipline.
According to the woman, he continued to hit her multiple times in the arms, head, and stomach, making her throw up twice. What the crap? Okay, I knew some of this stuff, but I did not know that last part. What Dior Johnson did is absolutely disgusting, and it is nasty to even think about or hear about. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh man, I wish I could sit up here and say I can't believe this is happening or I can't believe this happened and I'm shocked, but I'm not. When I say this has been one of the most requested videos on the channel within the past 4 or 5 days, you guys don't understand. Y'all have been blowing me up on Instagram and Twitter, and I appreciate that. I always love when you guys send me stuff because in reality, that's what I base my videos off of. If you guys are tagging me and stuff, I know y'all want to make it, and I'm a fan of the people, and I'm going to give the people what they want. To go on top of that, I know we got some new people coming to the channel more than likely to watch this video. Welcome. Consider joining and subscribing. We would love to have you part of our community. But if you are subscribed and you've been subscribed, you know it's college football season. I know what you're sitting there saying. Yo, Matt, what does that mean? I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. If I'm making a basketball video during college football season, you know it's important. The college football world's been going so crazy, I'm just now getting to this video, and you guys have been spamming me about it for 3 or 4 days now. So I do want to apologize to my basketball community. Y'all know I love you guys, and I try to pump out these basketball videos as fast as I can, but I've been doing so many football videos, I'm just now getting to this. Like I said, I think you guys will understand that. Anyways, moving along and getting on topic with this video, I'm kind of glad I've waited to make this video because I've been watching all this stuff unfold, and we're finding out new details every single day. I'm sure some of you have heard the news, but for those of you that have no idea what's going on, former 5-star recruit and current basketball star and phenom Dior Johnson has been arrested and charged. Originally, it was stated that he was just being charged, but now it's being said he was arrested as well. There is technically a difference from being arrested and charged. I'm not a legal attorney or anything. I'm not going to dive into all that. It doesn't matter. What does matter, though, is what he did and also the fact that he's been kicked off of Pittsburgh's basketball team until all this gets cleared. Pittsburgh has already stated it that he is indefinitely suspended. This isn't something to take lightly, ladies and gentlemen. He is facing criminal charges. Yeah, I think it goes without being said, this is not a good look. Before I talk about it and we get into what he did, I don't know if I've ever said this before a video or anything, but I mean it in this one. Viewer discretion is advised. What Dior Johnson did is absolutely disgusting, and it is nasty to even think about or hear about. It is straight up that bad, and that's why I'm letting you know right now, you have been warned. Oh yeah, I can't forget to mention this. I can't believe I almost forgot this. Guess who it involves? A woman. What have I told you since day one every single time we talk about something? What is one of the biggest downfall of all these athletes and men in general out there? Females. I've said it before and I'm going to continue to say it until the day I die. Stay away from women. The lady we're going to talk about in this video did nothing wrong and it's not her fault, but anytime we make a video like this, there's always a woman involved. How ironic. The alleged victim reported that Dior Johnson became angry at her for getting him and his phone wet and that he quote unquote slapped her across the face full force, causing her face to become very red and puffy. She also stated that Dior had her phone and then left the apartment around midnight, came back at 4 a.m. and gave her phone back. Fast forward in time to 8:30 a.m., there was another argument and it escalated with the woman wanting to leave the apartment, but Dior Johnson wouldn't let her. Quote unquote, the argument continued for an hour before Johnson got violent and repeatedly punched the woman in her arms, stomach, and head multiple times. The woman said she called 911, but that Johnson ran after her with scissors, took the phone, hung it, and threw it up. What the crap? Okay, I knew some of this stuff, but I did not know that last part. I'm not a prosecutor, I'm just a messenger, so I'm not saying this is 100% true, but if it is, yeah, this guy's a psycho. Oh, but guess what? It doesn't just stop there, there's more. According to the woman, he continued to hit her multiple times in the arms, head, and stomach, making her throw up twice. Dior Johnson attempted to call off from practice, basically saying he didn't want to go in because he did not want to leave her alone for fear that she would leave the apartment and call 911. I don't think I need to explain it or dumb it down, but pretty much, he was holding this woman hostage. And I get where he's coming from. He probably did some things. He regretted that was in the heat of the moment, and he knew whenever she left, she was going to report all this stuff, rightfully so. That still doesn't give him the right, and it still shouldn't allow him to keep her locked up in there. Eventually, to make a long story short, Dior Johnson would leave the apartment, and then she went to the police. I do not have the photos, they haven't been disclosed to the public, but she showed photos of bruising everywhere and scratches. Here's something I found really interesting though. It was also stated that Dior Johnson attempted to cut himself with the scissors multiple times in an attempt to make the police think the victim was the aggressor. Basically, in other terms, he was going to come off and say, hey, I'm the one who's got the scratches, she attacked me. Okay, I see what you're trying to do there, Dior. Trying to play the good old Uno reverse card, trying to play the victim role. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off for you. When all this news started getting released, it was also reported and it was announced by the Pittsburgh men's basketball team that he was suspended indefinitely. Which is not only a big blow to the basketball team, but it's a big blow to his career. Basketball season is right around the corner, it's about to start up, and it's looking like he's not going to be playing anytime soon. In my humble opinion, I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't play this year. The court system is not the fastest thing ever, so I wouldn't expect this to blow over within a month or two. But hey, what do I know? Maybe it could happen. Maybe she could come back and say, oh, it was an accident. You never know how this stuff is going to go down. Next up, I'm going to show you an interview from two of the students, and I believe they're actually student athletes that live in the same building as Dior Johnson.
It's horrible. I hate to hear that. Definitely not acceptable and should definitely be some serious discipline.
And I love sports as much as the next guy, and I'm always a supporter of Pitt, but I mean, this is not an issue of like, you know, supporting our sports team versus supporting the victims. I think this is just an issue of common human decency.
I agree with that last guy 100%, and I really like how he worded it. This is an issue about human decency. I mean, come on now, I shouldn't have to explain to all you watching, you shouldn't chase people with scissors. You also shouldn't hold them hostage in your room for hours and hours and hours. Look, Dior, I know you're watching this video, and I know you're sitting there probably expecting me to say something bad about you, but I'm not. That's not the type of guy I am. I'm wishing everybody the best of luck, and ever since day one, I have wished you the best of luck. I get it 100%. People love kicking a man when he's down, and I'm not going to do that. But at the same time, I got to be honest with my viewers, and y'all know I don't sugarcoat anything. Why do this? I guess that's why I always struggle whenever we make these videos about these 4- and 5-star recruits ruining their career. I just simply don't understand why. You got the world and you got your future in the palm of your hands and you throw it away for nothing. I've said this since day one and I will continue to harp on it. I don't think as a 5-star athlete where everyone's praising you, it is that hard to stay out of trouble. You have a huge fan base. All you literally have to do is go to class, go to workouts, you get free meals, all this nice stuff, and the only thing you got to do is stay out of trouble. But yet, for some reason, we see it time after time, people can't do that. Or at least some people can't do that. To go on top of that, putting your hands on a female is an entirely different conversation. Maybe to some of you out there watching this, you don't think it's a big deal, but to me it is. Putting your hands on a female as a man is one of the weakest things you can do. Because we all know this, no disrespect to women, but man strength compared to women's strength, not in the same ballpark. I don't know what is all true and what isn't, but according to these police reports and documents, you put your hands on a female. If this is true, I don't care, take this how you want, you're a weak man. I don't care what any of y'all say, and if you're an OG of the channel, I mean like a day one back from 2 to 2.5 years ago, y'all know me and Dior got a little past. I'm not going to go too into detail with that. If you know, you know. And the reason I bring it up is because the craziest part about our past is Dior thought me and him had beef, but I didn't have beef with him at all. He just had beef with me. I remember saying this in the video 2.5 years ago. I don't do all this internet beef. If you hate me or dislike me, you're probably going to die hating me or disliking me because I don't care. I don't hate anybody. I'm wishing everyone out there the best of luck. I simply don't know what's next for this dude. I'll leave it at this. I'm wishing the best of luck, Dior. I hope you turn things around. I am extremely curious. Let me know your thoughts down below. But, right away,